Whoa! Hi, Morbius.
Hi. Hi, Jesse.
Bye.
How's your day?
It's going good.
What's your favorite?
What?
He's so pretty, I think.
So this is his favorite comic.
Oh, what's my favorite? Oh,
His
I
favorite.
got too many favorites.
Batman or Joker?
Oh.
Okay. Maybe Batman.
All right. She ready to take over the show.
I love it. I love it. She's talking Batman, Joker. So cute.
I had to do that.
There you have it, folks. This is what we do on the Comic Relief. Just yesterday I was live because I had off and I had a couple people on, and we had a baby on. We had people showing babies, people showing comic books, people showing cats. So we got more children here today, and
dude, I was so jealous when I saw your post and you was like, "Yeah, I got the day off." I was just like, "Oh man, Monday too." I was just like,
so everybody watching now, this is Comic Relief. I'm Justin, aka KnowGoodComics. With me, as always, Morbius Comics. And before we go any further, we do have a special guest, as we've been now starting to get in rhythm with bringing some guests on from the community. So I want to bring in my boy Martin, who I should note, this is actually his second time on my channel because I had him on as Comic Collector Origins a few months ago, earlier on when I was first starting the show. So he goes by NYCMB Comics on Instagram. And here he is. What's going on, Martin?
what's going on?
Can't hear you.
Now I put myself on mute. Sorry.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up, brother?
I'm good, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, man, pleasure, man.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad we could make this work. I appreciate you reaching out. You've been complimenting the show. I see you in the chat each week, so we just appreciate the support as always. I know we want to hit up some of the comments too, but before we do, make sure you guys thumbs up. Of course, if you are not following, hit the subscribe button. And then I also want to say Morbius just went live for his first time on Saturday. So make sure if you guys don't follow that man on YouTube, you're following him. I put his information in the description below. And of course, I added Martin as well. I put his Instagram account there. Martin, you don't do YouTube, right? You're mainly on Instagram?
Yeah, mainly on Instagram. And then Discord if people are on that too.
Right. Okay, cool. So yeah, I put the information down there for everybody as always. So make sure you guys sub up everyone. Before we get into the fun, because we are talking about where do you prefer buying online comic books or comics online, I should say. Let's just say a quick hello to the chat, and then we'll jump into things. So first and foremost, oh, the button didn't work. There you go, Travis Station, brother.
What's up, Travis?
TM Nerdy in the house. Love these hashtags he's throwing up there. Grow together, absolutely. We also got my man Fable, Station Fable.
What's going on, brother?
What's up, Fable?
We even got Missing Link in the house. Station, yo.
Missing Link.
All right. Unruly Simeon posting some good stuff.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I recognize that name.
Yep.
Man, the chat always jumps on me here. Hang on. Don't want to miss anybody. I see Steve in the house. Hip Hop's and me.
Hey, Steve. Yeah, we were just talking before the show. What's up, Steve?
Nice. We also got my man Alan Climbing Comics. What's up?
What's up,
Climbing?
Alan also doing some great things on YouTube as well.
Saw that. Did he do something with Reggie?
Yeah. He was recently
Saw that.
Doing some stuff with Reggie. Yep. We got Nigel in the house. Desired Comics.
What's up, Desired?
Brother.
That man is everywhere as well. We got Sove Collector, my man Michael. What's up, Sove? And let's see, anybody else kind of getting through here. My girl Michelle, Moonlit Comics in the house too.
Peace.
Hey, congrats on 250 users, right? Followers?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, she's flying on Instagram. Yeah, she just started her channel. If any of you guys don't follow her, just started her Instagram account over again. Make sure you're following Moonlit Comics.
Definitely.
Oh, we got my man Albert in the house too.
Albert, what's up?
Dude, Albert's been killing it with the reels, man. I can't keep up with
reels, man. He's murdering it.
I gotta check them out. I haven't seen them.
You got to. Dude, he's hilarious. He's hysterical, man. Him and his wife. It's good stuff.
I call him the natural. That's the natural.
Comics and Culture. What's going on, Comics and Culture? And Real Rude 6 too. Hello.
All right, what's going on?
Let's see. We got. Think we're getting everybody. All right. So, I apologize if I missed you guys. Obviously, just keep on chatting, and I'll highlight you at some point. Scheme in the house.
Scheme.
Just had him on last week.
Good, my brother.
Appreciate you stopping in. You guys make sure you hit that thumbs up. Make sure you're following Martin and Morbius if you're not already. All right. So we got 11 people in here. So appreciate you guys. The topic for tonight, as we were saying, is where do you prefer to buy your comic books online? And really, this question is geared towards, when you're shopping for like back issues or specific issues, so on and so forth. Obviously, I know a lot of people go to their LCSs for brand new books. But even so, now there's ways to buy.
Let me just jump in real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Before we forget.
Oh, yes. Man, look at me. I'm rambling already.
Salute. Moving ahead, brother. What's going on?
Cheers, guys.
So, cheers, man. Salute.
Man. Cheers.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm having the Hennessy. Justin, what you having?
I got the Woodford, as usual. It's my go-to right now.
Martin, what we drinking over there?
We're drinking the king of beers, Budweiser.
Ooh, Budweiser.
Whatever's in my fridge,
Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go. Cheers, Scheme. Salute, Scheme.
Hell yeah. Moonlit says, nice to put a face to the name, Martin. There you go.
Yeah, same thing you said.
Yep. So let's dive in then. I guess.
So Justin, let me ask you this. Well, actually, Martin, now that you're here, let me ask you, Martin, how do you feel about buying comics online comparable to your, local comic shop? Like, let's just start there. Like, how you feel about it?
Honestly, I would probably say 90% of the back issues that I have purchased, like while I've been living in New York, have been online. That's because I have one shop here near me in Manhattan, which it's not the best shop, or at least in my opinion. And then other than that, it's Midtown. And if you've ever been to Midtown, it's like all current issues. Their back issues are maybe from 2000 onwards, unless you get lucky.
Right.
So most of my buying, it has been online through Instagram and eBay. So, kind of technically that I'm in this chat here for this one.
Where in New York are you? If you don't mean,
I'm on the Upper East Side, Manhattan.
East Side, nice.
Yeah.
BX in the building right here.
Yeah, we were talking about this. I went to college at Fordham, so I got the Arthur Ave.
Yeah. Right there, you right down to my stomping grounds, right on my stomping grounds.
There you go. Small world.
Small world, man. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, I totally agree. Especially right now, everything got pushed towards online, especially with the pandemic.
Yeah.
So
I haven't stepped foot in Midtown or really any comics shop up here since the pandemic. I was down in the Delaware beaches by my parents over the summer, and I did go to shop there.
Oh, wow.
But I haven't been in a New York comic shop in about a year at least.
Yeah, I just started going myself.
That's right. Yeah, Zaps, right?
Yeah, I haven't done anything up until last month or so.
Yeah, I was there from the moment they opened the doors. Sorry, guys. I just was like, "Frack that! I'm going."
But you've been good though. I mean, you were saying like it's a pretty good environment. Not a lot of other people around.
Yeah, that's what I like about the shops that I'm at is they're very, very strict about it. Especially in the beginning, they were very hardcore about that stuff. It was only like 2 people allowed inside. You guys can't be close to each other. And you only allowed a certain amount of time. You can't really be in there, 2-3 hours digging. Right. It's just like, hey, after a good hour or so, they're like, you gotta leave. We gotta let people in. Yep. So so they were really cautious, and everyone wore their masks. But yeah, I was there from day one, man. I couldn't. I just I had to go, man. It's just it's the addiction, man. You just like
strictly a Wednesday thing, or is this whenever you could go?
Whenever I could go, which basically now has turned into the weekends. So now because of the job I'm at now, it's I have no time during the weekdays. So every Saturday and Sunday I make it a goal to try to hit some shops up, and either just to go pick up my pools and pick something else up, or actually go and do some real hunting. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. And nice. Justin, what do you think about buying online? How do you feel about it compared to going to the shops?
Compared to eBay or compared to just buying on.
Well, actually, you know what? Shops? Let's get to that topic. Compared to eBay, IG or eBay, what's your take?
So yeah, I was gonna say because I mean I'm all for the idea of buying from shops if you can go, but for the purpose of kind of the pandemic and things like that, I was
Right.
always curious, kind of putting it out there of like who what platforms do people buy from. So for me, when it comes to buying online, I prefer Instagram all day. Straight up prefer Instagram. I know there's a lot of pros and cons to both. I feel like there's more cons to eBay. That's the way I lean for that. But I know we'll get
Gotta
into it.
hear those cons.
But the way I see it, man, the way I see it, I look at eBay is like, I'm sorry, I look at Instagram as the virtual way to hunt nowadays. Because if you go to someone's seller page, and they just post them all out, right? And you can just scroll through there. Man, I can't think of his name. I want to give a shout out to AM Comic Shop. I think he goes by. It's Aaron Myers. If you guys follow him on Instagram, but he has a seller page. It's letter AM. But anyways, guys like him, there's a lot of different sellers. Obviously, I could go on forever naming them, but being able to scroll through their page and just see what's available is the same to me, a virtual way of going to a shop and seeing what's available. So you can't just search a specific book. That's like the one downside to Instagram. But other than that, I mean, when you're casually shopping, that kind of thing, to me, I think it's better to be able to do it on Instagram. Plus, the community is the best part for me. I mean, I see so many disasters from people buying from eBay of books not being shipped right, books not being properly packaged, bent boxes and things like that. Straight disasters. So, and you're buying from strangers at the end of the day. So something you got to keep in mind too. So that's where I stand.
And you don't know the experience with comic books. I've dealt with that a lot too, where you have these sellers who tell me, well, this is my first time dealing with comic books, so I didn't know how to package it correctly.
Yep.
I've been there,
Yeah, big time. What about you, Morb? Where do you stand on this?
Well, I'm
eBay
somewhat, I'm pretty much going down your lane is where I'm mostly, I would say, like 75% Instagram, 25% eBay is where I'm at. With my purchasing, because Instagram, like you was mentioning it in your last show you was on, where you were saying where it's more of a community. You know what I mean? Where you go in there and you really do feel like you're hunting, and you meet people and you keep running into the same people, and you're like, hey, and there's times where we ran into each other, you're just like, hey, it's so cool. And that you're getting, the bottom dollar, you're not going to get, ripped off. You're not going to get,
Right.
And especially with the shipping, you're getting it shipped correctly. You're going to get it, you're getting your book safe. And that's something that to me is real big, because I've dealt with eBay in the beginning, and eBay kind of like, it was the other way around. It was like 75% eBay, 25% Instagram just a year ago, and that turned over, during the pandemic, of course. And then that's when I realized, that it was like, holy crap, like you could get not only better deals, like you said, eBay is good to do some research and do some searching, looking books up and seeing what it's about, and try to see because there are times, don't get me wrong, where I found a book cheaper on eBay compared to a seller on Instagram, and in better condition. So, but it's rare. That is rare, but it has happened, but that's me being super meticulous and anal and fucking, going and making sure I got the right, spending my money correctly, so I dig and make sure I got the perfect deal. And if that is, I pull the trigger. Yep. And that's what happened with that. When I said, let me check on eBay, and boom, I was like, holy crap. And it was big significance. You're talking like $25 cheaper, in better condition. It was like, wait a minute, it's, it's a no brainer. But now it's like, I'm finding more deals on Instagram, because now I'm getting to know more of the community and more sellers. You're meeting more people on there that you're able to connect more, and they have more books, and you're like, oh shit. So now that's where I'm at. I'm definitely big more on Instagram right now. eBay is more of just like that. If I missed it on Instagram, I might search it out on eBay and see what options I have. But usually I like Googling it, and I might find an oddball website that, that just might have it, You know, and sometimes I get lucky like that. Some overseas guys got it for cheap, but the problem is shipping. Are you willing to pay $20 shipping on a $4 book? You know?
And customs and duties fees, though. I've been scared about international. So,
you know, so
I've never bought international, but I've thought about it.
Yeah, it's you know, I've done it a few times, but I'm talking like big books. You know what I mean? That the shipping, the book really outweighs the shipping cost. You know. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with that, guys. You know,
I want to point this out. Albert saying, I literally never bought on Instagram. I'm very interested to learn more about your strategy. So let me just say real quick, and then Martin, I want to ask you still.
Perfect.
My Friday nights for the majority, and again, this is in a pandemic world where I'm not going out, you know, I'm staying home, me and my girlfriend, you know, we're not going out anywhere. So Friday nights for us is like game night type stuff. Like, you know, we hang here, we watch shows, movies, whatever. But one thing, I have an earbud in my ear the entire night, and I am cruising on Instagram live streams the entire time. And so that, Albert, if you're wondering, there are tons of people who sell live, like literally as you know, these you know, pop up as the IG live streams, and you can do claim sales, you could do auctions, and as Martin, you're saying, nightly for sure. So I'm excited to kind of, you know, we'll go down into that at some point. But Albert, man, I'll give you some good pages to follow if you're looking to.
I'll send you too, man.
To go shopping.
Frank
it's
Comics,
a good crowd.
You got, I mean, the MM Comics, you got a lot.
The list, the list is endless for sure.
The list is endless, man. It's great guys out there too, and legit too, verified.
Oh, you know? Definitely. Legit. And I know Martin, you're in a lot of them too. So I know you're into the Instagram thing, but I'm curious where you stand on this question. You know, eBay versus Instagram. Like, what percentage of your time and effort goes into what when you're buying back issues online?
Yeah, I don't know if I could nail a percentage of it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's like wherever I can get the best deal, I'll look at both. Sure. Like if there's an auction on Instagram and they have, you know, Fantastic Four 50 or something up there, I'm looking on eBay to compare, like, because, you know, with auctions, whether it's on eBay or Instagram, people can outbid each other and just get the price up. So that's something to watch out for. But I would say lately, and by lately I mean within the last year, definitely more on Instagram. And that's, I think there's like two factors. One is, you know, I've been on Instagram, like on my comic account for probably since like 2018. So going on like 3 years. And I think, I mean, I don't know. My understanding is that's when kind of like IG comic sales were kind of first starting. So now there's been like 3 years where people get to build a reputation and get to, you know, build a client base and get known for, you know, this guy has good Silver Age, this guy's doing all these variants, or, you know, whatever it is. And also just because of the pandemic, and I'm sure you guys have seen, like, a lot of books are just spiking to like insane ass prices for reasons that I haven't figured out yet. And they're naturally going to be more expensive on eBay because the eBay seller has to take account of, like, you know, at least 10% in fees. So it's always, well, it should be cheaper hypothetically on Instagram. So lately, definitely been focusing on Instagram, especially for back issues. But, you know, I'm still, like, I think I saw in the chat, some people were like eBay addict. Like, I'll be, you know, in bed at 11:30, going through eBay and going through like my watch list or whatever too. So it's a little bit of both.
Cool. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that, I mean, like I said, there's definitely some, you know, some pros and cons to each of them. One of the things you highlighted was like, you know, having that watch section of eBay where you can actually star them, and, you know, you don't necessarily have that with you know, with buying on Instagram. So, you know, it is something where you can keep an eye on it. I think for me, it's just like I get scared about the shipping. I mean, the book is no good if it comes to you damaged, and even if you get your money back, you still have to go through the process. You still have to return the book. You still have to reach out. You probably have to argue with the seller for, you know, a day or two. You know, it's like pulling teeth before you actually get your money back. So it's like, yeah, you could say, oh, you know, you can get your money back, but like you go through hell, it sounds like, you know, to really deal with it. So the thing I liked about Instagram too, if you go, you know, I bought expensive books on Instagram, and I stick to trusted sellers. And I know I see some people in the chat talking about trusted sellers. What I like about Instagram specifically is that the community, all right, we mentioned community before, it polices those who do something bad, right? So if you got some scumbag who's trying to, you know, take advantage of somebody, or, you know, trying to cut costs and ship it in a cheap way, best believe that people are going to tell the world. And everybody knows everybody. At some point, we're all connected somehow. So people tell other people, and that IG account is going to get shut down real quick. So
don't we
that's
have
what I
the
like
IG sheriff? He's out there.
Oh yeah, I know that. I've seen that account. Yep.
Yeah, I follow him, and he hasn't posted recently, but he would always. Last year, he was constantly posting, just blowing up these fake ass IGs or exposing people that were just like fake sellers and not really shipping anything but taking people's money. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, he's the IG sheriff, I believe.
I mean, you'll see, sellers do it too for like non-payers or people that are just kind of
exactly.
trolling people, for lack of a better word. So it's very kind of self-policed.
There's a lot of pros and cons to it. You know what I mean? And something like that Albert was saying. Albert, one thing too, when you're buying on IG and you want to claim something, make sure you got because a lot of times they might give you a preview of what's coming up. And sometimes you might even see the letter, or you get a chance to see what it is that's next to it. Like, let's say if it's an A1 and that's what you want, and you saw it next to it, A1, type in A1, type in the, what you're looking for, what you're willing to pay for, or if it's a claim, just have it ready. So once they say, hey, okay, we're going to start now, you claim it instantly. You know what I mean? Don't hesitate on the claims. That's another thing I always say. Don't hesitate on the claim. If you see something, claim it. You know what I mean? And make sure you write claim. Make sure you spell it out. Make sure you put the letter, the number, everything. I mean, everyone has a different way of doing it, but me, I play it safe. I put everything. You know what I mean? I put price, whatever letter's there, and here we go. There's no denying it after that. So
Elite has do that. Elite Comics has a good system, kind of like what you're saying there, Morbius, where they tell you, like, you have to put the letter, you have to put the amount, the price, things like that. So it's all organized. Otherwise, there's some shady things that could happen. And this is something too I want to point out. Comics and Culture says only thing that sucks about Instagram is that the seller can and has changed their mind after you claim a book. Here's the thing with this: if that's the case, you have to shout that out.
Right.
That's something you got to tell. You got to call people. You have to say something.
Call them out on it, man. You can't let that shit slide, bro.
That's the same thing with them selling you a bad book or a fake book or a damaged book.
To that point, there was one time I got a book from one seller. It was my second time buying from him. First time there was a mix up, like he sent me the wrong books from someone else, and then this time I bought like a big book. It was like $100 purchase, and he sent it through like media mail. So I did post it on Instagram as like a story, but he's a seller that I trust and I know is like legit in the community and is like, so I felt kind of bad, but I was like, maybe I should say something. I just had to get it off my chest.
Right.
And sure enough, people talk, and someone eventually was like, oh yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure I know who that is. Let me, I'll reach out to him. And the dude made it right, like immediately. So, to Justin's point, if you don't be the squeaky wheel by any means, but if something's wrong, call it out. People will
right. At least like try to talk with them first. Reach out, say, hey, I noticed this wasn't right, or I felt like or whatever, and try to work it out with them. And yes, most of the time, if it's a trusted seller, they're going to work with you because they have a reputation that they want to uphold, and they're going to respect that, and they're going to hear you out at least. And then if it needs to go further than that, then I say, and I'm not one to do this often, but I say, like, if you get screwed somehow, kind of like what Comics and Culture is saying here, I would voice myself. If you already addressed it with the seller and he or she didn't do anything to help you, I would either start, or at least start talking to people privately, because I've seen that too. I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, I'm about to buy this $200 book from this IG account, Justin. I don't know. Are you familiar with them? Have you ever bought anything from them? And if I have, then I'll put them on. It's on me, where I'll say, yeah, no, they're great, or otherwise I'll be honest and say, no, I haven't bought them. Don't know what you're going to get per se. So just be careful, or ask other people, if you're not sure. Travis saying, I haven't used IG before, but I feel like it would be like buying off a friend, and eBay is buying off a complete stranger. Yeah. I mean, that's to a degree, that is it. You start to be friendly with a lot of these Instagram accounts. There's a lot of buyers I know now who I know personally, like I've talked with them a lot, even just without buying a book from them per se. I'll shout out Poison Dragon Comics. He's a very good friend. I've met him in person, actually, even through this pandemic. So you make friends and you're in good hands. And on top of that, like someone like Poison, he looks out for me. If you find something that he knows that I was looking for or whatever, he'll maybe put it aside or give me a good deal or whatever. So Travis, you're right, man. You definitely kind of similar to buying from a friend.
It's like with me, it's Frank Comics. I want to give him a shout out. I purchased many books from Frank, and based on that relationship, he's cut deals on me live, while doing the claim. He'd be like, hey, Morb, you've purchased from me before. Hey, I'll cut you, this much. And you're like, holy shit. Like, thanks, bro. So and that encourages what? You got more money now. You can purchase another book.
Right.
I got money for another one.
Yeah.
So definitely, I definitely, what Fabe was saying, I'm sorry. One time I bought a lot of Go Power Ranger books, over 30, but because the way it was packaged, they bent in the middle. So
I would speak up. I would say something there. I mean, it'll at least start that conversation,
Right. You have
to say, right, like, hey, like you didn't pack this right, or and if it's a hard time, then I would at least at that point I would highlight it to the world, and then just never buy from them again. That'd be the other thing. But again, at least you kind of have that control on Instagram. Whereas if someone on eBay does that, I mean, sure, you could post their eBay account or whatever, but it's not going to reach the people in the same way. A lot of people won't know that particular eBay seller, so they're not going to care, or they're not going to pay attention to it as much. It just doesn't stand out as much. So, there's that too.
Some people don't have any idea how to pack comics. Facts.
Yep.
Facts.
You definitely have that.
Yeah. When you send out for a big book and you see a linoleum folder like looking packaging, it's just like this one little skinny thing sitting there. You're like, oh my God. Like, tell me that's not the comic book. Packages sent to me like that. I was just like, Lord of mercy. You could literally feel the comic inside. You're just like, no. Right.
It's a bad feeling.
I don't even open it. I just send it back.
Right, there you go. Yeah, don't even bother. I want to clarify to what Nigel's saying here too. He says, I give my LCS the first shot at the business. We are not in any way saying that you should choose online versus LCSs.
Never.
We're just talking about if you were in a position where you just are buying online, which online location would you buy from? Not necessarily going in
at my local shop than I do on Instagram.
Right.
I tell you that right now.
And unless he means going to his LCS virtually, then yes, then I guess that would be also a good way to check and say to say, hey, do you have this yet? If they don't, then obviously you can look for more. So if that's what you meant, which maybe that's what he did desire, then then spot on for sure.
Yeah. Sure, man.
Sorry guys, if I'm missing your comments, I'm trying to get through. We have a lot. We have 23 people in here. Appreciate all you guys. We got Art Chemist in the house too. What's going on, Art Chemist? Let's see, Steve saying I'm going to need to get live started. Let's see. Oh, chat's about to jump on me now. It's being glitchy. I don't know why my thing's being a little glitchy. Oh, I got issues in the house too. Oh, we got Matt Woods in the house. Sorry guys, I just skipped some comments, so I apologize if I missed some people. But we got Matt Woods in the house, and we also I got issues who's going to be on with us at 9 o'clock over on John's channel.
Nice.
So let me see if here. So Chris was saying. You can't legally ship a comic book media mail. Also, there's zero insurance on media mail, so good luck getting your money back if it's lost or damaged. Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if I guess someone brought it up. Yeah, somebody in the chat. So I mean, what other angles do you think about Morbius with this topic specifically? I mean, I don't mean to bash on eBay because I know that there are some positives. Obviously,
I mean, you got some positives on eBay. I mean, on eBay, you do have, best offers that you could take advantage of. You have people who send you offers that say when you watch, a comic book, and it's in your list, a lot of times they'll send you an offer, and I've gotten some pretty good deals that way. I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? I had it in my watch list, and next, you send me an offer. I countered offer it. And it was very good deal. I jumped on it. There was like 12 people watching it, and I was just like, I gotta get this. You know, so there's times where it has come through for me, but you know, at the same time, you know, you got your horror stories that come along with it. But once again, you have so many options to look on eBay. So when you look at eBay, to me, it's not like this horrible thing, because it all falls back onto discipline. You know, it all falls back onto the buyer. You know what I mean? You got to make sure you educate yourself and know what a book is worth before you go bidding on a book. You know, you don't want to pay for a book because you're just zealous about it and you have no clue what the value of the book is, when you know you're going to run into it again. Come on, guys. We all know this. You know, be patient. You're going to run into it again. There's books that I swore I would never see again. 2-3 years later down the line, boom, the opportunity arises. You know, so be patient. That's one of the things I say about eBay. You got to be patient. I learned my lesson. To this day, I'm still learning. We're not saying we're experts and we got it all figured out. You know, we still make mistakes. We still fall into the whole emotional. And one thing, yes, I just remembered: no drunk purchases. Not a good idea. Stop the drunk purchasing, because it will bite you in the ass. There's times where it paid off, where because I was drunk, I didn't have the balls to do it, and it was okay. The rent was paid. My wife was cool. You know what I mean? The light was on. Actually, it was okay.
I do have a funny.
You got a funny one?
I got a funny story about that. Like one of my first IG purchases, and like big IG purchases. Ooh. It was probably like 2 a.m. and I probably had a little too much to drink.
Yeah,
it was. I'll shout out. You know, if you guys know Comics for Cheap and Comic Talks.
Oh, I know where this is going. I know where this is going.
Yeah, I think I probably messaged you, Justin.
You messaged me. You're like, yo, I'm about to do this.
This is good then. This is good.
So it was over the summer, and I knew I had somewhat of like cash to burn. Like it wasn't like I was, crunching numbers, figuring out if I could do this. Like I knew I had some cash to burn.
Right.
But it was 2 a.m. and he pulled up FF52, First Black Panther, for auction, and it was like pretty good starting price. And I'm like kind of half drunk, like should I put anything in? Long story short, I finally got it.
Ooh,
and
okay.
that was like my first purchase, like big purchase on IG. But yeah, so it worked out perfectly. If you guys haven't purchased from Comic Docs or Comics for Cheap, they bring like the entertainment, and it's pretty good books and prices.
I just had him on my Origin show.
Yeah,
actually, I caught that. I caught the beginning. Yeah. That was Justin Comic Talks was immediately was like, I'm not really sure I recognize you, NYCMB. Can you like message me and all that stuff? So the reason I'm saying that is, if you are going to buy on IG, like I think Morbius, you brought this up one episode before, of there has to be some sort of like etiquette or rules to when you're buying IG. So I was probably pretty shit faced at like 3 a.m. but like I Venmoed him or PayPal'd him the money right away, because it's late at night. He never met me. Exactly. So there's a set of rules on IG that I think make the train kind of keep rolling.
Yep. I think you're spot on there. Burke is saying books are spiking because of the stimulus plus tax returns. I mean, it is a hot time right now for certain families, certain situations. Yeah, not everybody has the luxury of that, but
right, exactly.
But maybe for some. I see Art Chemist here was saying, hey Martin, if you're looking for back modern issues, check out my wife's shop, Skeleton Comics. If you need it. There you go.
Check that out. Nice. Thank you, Chemist.
Thank you.
Also, so Chris had a couple comments I wanted to bring up as just some talking points here. I think this is one of them. Just happened to me this week with a Captain America book. Bought it for $5. Guy, quote unquote, misplaced it. Coincidentally, books are selling for 15 to 25. Yeah, so like that's something shady for sure.
All day.
And of course, like that's hard to get around because it's kind of your word versus theirs in the whole misplaced thing. So those are some small windows where, I mean, there can be some kind of negative situation, and really that could happen on either or, whether it's eBay or Instagram. I mean, for me, if something like that happened, I personally would then just choose to never shop with them again. That's how I would kind of handle that.
Also, I think before you even consider shopping with them, I would see like who follows them. Do I know these people? Like, are there legit deals? Kind of do your due diligence when it comes to that stuff. Even on eBay, like, I mean, clearly we've all got like shipping stories and horrors, but one of the first things I do is look at their rating, and if it's lower, honestly, sometimes if it's lower than 100%, I skip them. Or if it's a book that I really want, I'll click into the rating, into the reviews, and see like the most recent, and look for was the package right.
That's a great point for an eBay. I'm very strict when it comes to the eBay. I will not buy under 100%. I won't bother with it.
I won't bother at all.
This was the other thing that Chris was saying. He said, no offense to anyone out there, but to me, the only trusted seller for me on Instagram is someone I've met in person. I mean, that's fair to say. I mean, it's everyone I think has a different definition for trusted seller. You know, if Morbius, if I'm looking at somebody that I want to buy from and I know you've bought from them before, I will reach out to you and say, like, what was your experience? How did that go? Would you buy from them again? Would you recommend them? And if you say yes, to me, I'm good with it. Like, I'll check that off. Like, you know, it's been a transaction with one of my friends, somebody that I know. So even though I didn't necessarily meet that person or whatever, you know, I've at least got some. Right, it's a reference. Right.
It's a reference, exactly.
But I respect it. You know, if you need to meet the person, that's Chris's level of, you know.
That's fair too.
Trust.
Yeah, that's fair, man. Just same way, however you collect, that's how you collect, man. However you want to approach your collection, that's how you approach your collection. Everyone to each his own, man. More power to you.
Yeah.
Does he have a question? Is he raising his hand?
Yeah, I'm seeing if he has one here.
He was saying, what is?
Chris saying, just because you don't have a bad record doesn't mean I'm paying you $2,000, friends and family, for a comic. Yeah, I mean, like you certainly want to be cautious, absolutely, and especially with that kind of money. So, you know, if that is the case, you know, for $2,000, I might be a little bit more hesitant, even if Morbius says he's good. Unless, you know, again, if Morbius, if you spent that kind of money with the guy already, or girl, or whoever, I may still do it. But again, that's my comfort zone. That's my, you know.
I mean, you gotta play it safe. You gotta play it safe, guys. You know, that's one thing I will say. You know, with the friends and family, when you drop in heavy money, you gotta make sure that you know you're guaranteeing yourself, you know, some type of nest egg. You know what I mean? When you put in money up like
the goods and services right there.
Yeah,
he said that's
services
and for that kind of money.
You gotta honestly, you gotta cover yourself.
And if you're going to put down $2,000 on a book, 3% is what 60. My users are off.
Right.
Whatever. It's not. It's immaterial to the price.
It's immaterial. At that point. It's not worth it. You know. Cover your ass. You know, that's something I wanted to say too with PayPal. You know, forget friends and family when you paying big money. Sometimes they'll tell you, "Hey, do friends and family," and I'm like, "Hey, bro, no. Like, hey, I gotta protect myself, man. This is money. You know, like I work hard for this shit. You know what I mean." It'd be different if I was a millionaire, bro. I wouldn't give a shit. But
you wouldn't care if somebody
exactly take my $2,000. Oh well, fuck it. You know what I mean? I spit that shit back out.
Yep.
But yeah. Man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through some of these other comments here. I also saw Burke said I had an eBay seller do that. I sent an offer and a book, and the seller messaged me saying it's a good offer, and then the next day messaged me back saying he's pulled his ad and keeping it. So yeah, like that's you know, and I guess technically you can run into that on either way. But even for that, I would then leave that as a comment on the eBay's on the eBay seller's review or the, you know, their rating. You know, let people know that that's what happened. But yeah, I mean that is crappy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they can do, if you could leave a review though, if you cancel the transaction.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's So I mean, to Burke's point, I think that
does suck. It really does. And there's so many horror stories. That's the problem with eBay. There's so many horror stories with eBay. You know, what's the problem with Media? Oh, Media Man.
That's what Chris. I'm jumping back and forth. Sorry, guys. I was highlighting answers before questions.
with Media Mail, one, there's no set like estimated delivery date, right?
No, right.
Yeah, because like with Priority Mail, it's I think up to 3 days, and with Media Mail, it could take 3 days. It could take a week. It's all at the benefit of the seller for Media Mail.
Yeah,
100%.
Man, we got. Man, it keeps jumping on me. Sorry, guys. Scheme here says, question, do you think after the pandemic and sellers start doing shows again, how will that affect Instagram sales? Will sellers slow down on Instagram sales?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's gonna, yeah, they are gonna be slight variants here and there, you know, but I overall, as it's selling now, I don't think it's gonna take a very big hit, because you gotta understand, people get accustomed to things. We are very easily programmed. We're very easy to fall into our comfort zones and stay there, you know. And right now, this is a major comfort zone for us. And if anything, you know, it will, you know, balance out in the sense where you're gonna have, you know, people going to the stores just as much as they have people going to IG, you know. But as far as it stopping or slowing down dramatically, and like you hardly see a claim sale, absolutely not. I feel that it's gonna continue the way it's going. It's gonna continue taking steam, and it's gonna keep rolling through because of the convenience of it, because of the fact that you could stay in your bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, you know, drinking this and claiming away, you know,
buying
and buying drunk and shit, like, you know. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I feel like, to that question, scheme, I don't think so, man. I truly think it's gonna stay around and it's gonna continue. You know, you have so many channels dedicated to it, so many people, so many accounts. It's already taken on a life of its own, almost. Even in this community, you know, we already know it's exploded. You know, it's bigger than what we thought when we got into it, and we all got into it at different times, and we're still amazed at it. So I think truly it's not going anywhere, to be honest, in my opinion.
No, I think you're spot on. The other thing I wanted to add too was one of my LCSs that I buy from in New York City, Royal Collectibles. They just shared their 1 year kind of anniversary of doing Instagram claim sales, and they talked about the idea that they're going to continue doing it because they see so much success in it that, you know, and people are coming in, you know, so they're still open, but they've gained customers like myself who I don't live near them. I mean, I could drive to them. They're technically close enough, but like there are LCSs on the West Coast who I buy from now, who I never would have known about. You know, so I buy from all these different locations, and a lot of them have said, we're going to keep doing this even after the pandemic because they want to continue to reach my business, you know, and other people's business. So it's definitely, I imagine it's opened the doors for a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
I think it'll correct itself in the sense that if he's saying after the pandemic, I mean, people, I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to go to concerts or ready to go, you know, out. So that money that I would spend on, you know, Silver Age book is not going to be there, or I'd have to save it up otherwise. So I think there's going to be a correction. But two things. One, I think like people have been starved for like MCU content because we had like a year where there was none, and now it's coming out like every 6 weeks, which I think is going to drive. And then also just, you know, as I think you guys have already said, people are starting to get a rapport with the sellers and, you know, kind of get the train running a bit. So I think it'll correct itself, but I think it'll still kind of hold its own.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It'll find like that equilibrium, you know, eventually it'll just balance itself out with everything that's going on in the world. But think about it. You'll be at that concert looking on your IG page at that claim sale, like, The
earbud thing isn't going to work at that for me then, Justin.
I'm telling you, man, I am guilty, man. I will have a claim sale going on. I know, like Elite Comics just had their whole
AtCon or whatever, right?
Yeah, the AtCon. And so that was like during work, like, you know, Thursday, Friday, and you could stream all day. Like you could just stream all day and watch and claim books as you go. Like, you know, it's definitely
That's crazy.
Climate Comics says I also always check how many recent sales on eBay sellers has and check their other items for sale to make sure that they sell comics regularly. Yeah, no, it's a good way to do some extra research, make sure that they are legit. You know, if you're on an eBay, you know, if you're buying from eBay. And granted, again, I don't want to put eBay down in the sense of like I feel like I to a degree, I guess you could say I'm anti-eBay. I don't bother with it as much is really what it comes down to. You know, I did. It's funny because I did just buy something from eBay. Fingers crossed it's here. Okay. And it was so stupid because I got a notification about something else that I was looking for on eBay, and I went through, and it was like, oh, here's something else you might be interested in, and it just crossed my eye, and I'm like, oh,
eBay working.
I was like, oh, I kind of want that, and I looking at it, and then then I'm like offering a cheaper price. The guy hooked me up with something, so I'm like, oh, all right, yeah, right. So now I'm like, all right, well, look, like you said, like there are those moments, and sometimes they're more rare than others, but where you can find deals. For a fair price.
You know what it is? It goes back to just having so many like war stories and horror stories from eBay, where you get this salty taste in your mouth when people talk about eBay, and especially now with how they're just ridiculous with these prices. Where you like I posted it not too long ago, a Spider-Man book variant. You saw it $19.99, and the guy below that. Immediately below that, $1,500. The same exact book. $20, $1,500. Come on. You know what I mean? But these are the things that make people, feel a little turned off by it and like, hey, anti-eBay. But eBay has its pros. There's some good stuff on eBay, but it all goes back to discipline. It all goes back to you having the knowledge and understanding and doing the research and making sure you go about it the right way. That's all it is. And of course, us being human, we're going to get drunk and we're going to make a purchase tonight that we should not be making after just having this damn conversation. But, it happens. What can you do?
To that point, more, it was actually last night. I did make a purchase on eBay. It was for a book that I actually missed on Instagram. It was ASM 122. It was for cheap on Instagram, and it was like a V. It was kind of a beat copy for sure, but it was probably $100 cheaper than anything on eBay. So I was pissed, obviously. Looked on eBay, couldn't find anything. Found something last night from Comic Book Station over in Brooklyn. So I knew the seller right away, and he was selling it for basically market price or less. There you go. eBay does have its, you just as you mentioned.
It has its perks, man. It really does. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I've gotten lucky with offers. Where the offer was ridiculous. Like it was like this guy just wanted to get rid of this. Like he's just like, I don't want it no more. Somebody take it. Type of understanding when you look at the price drop on it. It was like ridiculous, like 40% off. You're like, what? Yeah. And I'm taking that. So it's happened. It's been those days, but we all got stories. I know plenty of us have horror stories. Justin Moore, how did you?
He was asking where we bought our ASM 55, eBay or Instagram.
eBay or Instagram.
I 100% bought mine from Instagram.
Yeah, I got mine from Instagram.
Oh, and unless you got the virgin ones, like the ones that you had to go through Patrick Gleason's studio, then I bought them from there because those were like a rare.
I didn't get any virgins. I didn't get no virgin. I just got.
Okay, but for the regular ones, you could buy them anywhere.
The ones I got on eBay,
Well, you got yours on eBay?
No, the first one I had got on Gleason on his site.
You talking about the original one, the black?
The original one, yeah. Yes. And then we got I got the Venom also on his site. It just came in the Venom.
Right. But wait, did you say you got your other ones from eBay?
The other one I got, which
like the ones with trade, the one with the title on it, for any of them.
Oh no, my local comic shop.
Okay.
I got confused. I thought he was talking about Volume 1.
Oh no.
For a second, I was like,
I thought too. I was like,
say Volume 155.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
he's talking about now. That's
the new stuff.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm old school. I went old school.
No.
I went old school. I'm like, right, Mario?
Yeah.
We were like,
I was the same.
Right, we were like, Volume 1.
I was like, what is ASM 55? Is that a key?
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, no. So for me, most of mine I bought from my LCSs through their virtual claim sales.
Right.
So I told I'll tell my LCS app comics. I'll tell them that I'm interested in XYZ books. Can you put them aside for me? And for the past year, all the way up till last month, I was having them ship them. So in a way, it was still through Instagram that I was buying these books. I was just talking with the owners, of my LCS.
That's cool. Like with me, it was the opposite. I got the black with the white ink on his site. I got the white with the black ink, the white cover. I know you got that too, Justin. The white background with the black ink. I got that on eBay because that was an amazing price. I got it for
second print, right? Is that the one? That's the incentive.
Right. So then I got the blue, the red. I got those at the local comic shop. You know. So yeah, I pretty much, you know, it was like a mix. You know, it was just a mix there of where I got my collection.
Yeah.
You know, how about Martin? Where you got yours?
So I do have a copy of the ASM 55. I actually got it. So because I haven't, you know, usually I'm a Midtown Wednesday. Like I'll be in Midtown Times Square at 8 a.m. if it wasn't a pandemic on Wednesday to like get my books or whatever.
Right.
I've been using this place called Wade's Comic Madness. I found it through some like of my comic IG friends. They were kind of, you know, pitching them. I think just because it was a great shop, and it is like. They basically release an FOC list now Sunday nights because of DC. You get a few hours and they give you all the books at 20% off list price, and there's like bundles for stuff. So yeah, I got that ASM 55 from them for, you know, under $4.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good deal. Climate Comics, Alan saying Instagram claim sales are so fun. The LCS basically hunts for us and shows books will want to buy. My LCS's IG claim sale even asked during the show, what do you buy? What the buyers want to see, i.e., X-Men, Spidey. Which that's cool too because they can kind of
awesome.
adapt to the crowd.
Right. I love when they do that. When they're like, "Hey guys, you know what you guys want to see next?" And you're like, you know, and it's awesome, man. I love that.
Yeah, you know, it's just the sellers that like make it like an event, not just like
it is so cool. I really enjoy it. You know,
it's a hangout, man.
It is. It really is. You know what I mean? Even if you don't say anything and you're just watching and you're reading, sometimes dudes say some funny stuff and you're laughing, and you know, it's just I enjoy it. I really enjoy the IG sales, you know, claim sales. And that's what you don't get from eBay. You know what I mean? You don't get that experience in eBay. So that's another pro for IG and another con for eBay. But eBay seems to be getting his ass kicked. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like
this whole night, eBay's been getting his ass kicked. You know, so it kind of says something because even in the chat, everyone, like a good majority of people are like, yeah, eBay, not really.
Yeah,
you know.
I try to tell more people about it. I mean, you see, we have some people in the chat now who are not familiar with buying from Instagram, and I strongly recommend exploring it because there are some really good people, and like you guys are saying, the experience is fun.
Experience is there.
My Friday night,
great deals, man.
If you asked me this question 2 years ago, I would say eBay though, because like I didn't I didn't have the rapport with some of these sellers, and I don't think they had the the experience of 2 or 3 years as well.
Yeah. I will agree with that.
I will say though, like I'm looking at like some books and stuff around my room, like some of the, and I think John, Kids with Comics, brought this up as well. The benefit of eBay is you're able to look up any book you want immediately and get like a sense of where it's priced. So like for some of these, you know, keys and stuff that I have, majority of them I did buy from eBay, but it wasn't me like being like, oh, I want to look up ASM 300 and, you know, see what's there and buy it now. It was like waiting and hunting and also looking at Instagram. So it's just another tool in the toolbox.
That's it. Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. You know, and use it wisely. That's all, guys. Just got to use it wisely. That's it. You know, don't jump the gun and you know, like we say, stay away from the drunk purchasing because it's never always a good thing. But then again, let me ask you guys this. Let's get really deep here. Yeah. On a drunk purchase, have you ever had to mail it back? Was it that serious where you felt like I gotta send this back? Me, I'm gonna say no.
I've had a purchase where I bought it and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta sell something to cover this.
Okay.
Before like my next credit card bill. But that thing stays with me.
Not sending that shit back, right?
It's
like I'll sell something else before I send this shit back.
Actually, a tip for buying on eBay, and this is one time more where I bought it. And I didn't think I was going to win the auction, but I won it. And it was an auction that ended at like before 8 a.m. on a Saturday. And most people, I don't know who would end an auction at that. Like that was the fault of the seller. And looking back on it, you know, I probably won it because no one was up to counter bid at that time. Just another tip too is look at the timely auctions.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Just saying a quick hello to Raging was in the house. Hyper Combo was in the house.
It's HEC.
Saw K Crash in here.
K Crash, the homie.
K Crash said, I want to bring his thing back up. He says, if I see a seller on eBay that is located locally, I attempt to contact them and see if I can purchase and do a quick pickup. That's a great idea.
Yeah, man. That's great. I've never done it. I've never had that opportunity, to be honest. I don't know if you guys have, but I've never had that opportunity. I would love to, you know, I've always looked at that and wondered, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it's just, yeah, that'll be cut the middleman out and just
I
meet
mean,
up and just.
I've had the opportunity with Instagram sellers. I mean, just to
right.
if I found out that that's close, like that with the example with Poison Dragon. You know, there was a time. I mean, I bought from him a bunch of times, but like there was one particular situation where he was near me. I mean, he lives in New York City, but he was over in Jersey here for like some new. It was like right when they first said, okay, let's try to open up the world a little, and they let this like small Comic-Con happen. It's like a real small vendor show. So he was trying that. So I actually met up with him in person. So I didn't. So, you know, just to save a couple bucks on shipping that particular time, like I bought from him a lot, but, you know, just generally speaking. But yeah, that's a great, you know, to K Crash. It's a great idea if you can meet up with them.
Probably you should definitely meet up with you guys. I mean, you're like 20 minutes away and you're like 20 minutes away.
Oh, definitely.
Both of you guys are like right there.
Yeah.
Once the world's back together, I definitely hope to see people in person. Like
we gotta have like a big like IG comic community like jamboree or something. Like we need to have like a big like rent out a big place and just have all the cool IG people just
rent out like a beer garden in the summer or something.
Yeah, it'll be crazy.
Bring your short box.
Right, bring your box and have little booths set up and shit. Walk around with your little tag with your IG name. You know, who are you?
Well, you know, I should give a shout out to 3 Men in a Basement, because they actually do, or they have been attempting to put together a kind of a pub crawl, not pub crawl, but comic crawl. They've done it. They just did it a couple months ago, where everybody comes out and they all hit up shops together. And it's a really cool, you know, everybody was wearing masks. Me personally, I wasn't ready to do that yet, but you know, it seemed like it was a safe environment. A lot of friends I know went with them. They're a great group of people. And I know they're going to be doing more of those. So to your point, Morbius, so kind of what you're saying, the idea, in a way, they kind of been starting to do that where everybody's coming together, and they literally drive. They were all in Connecticut one time. I think like a year ago before the pandemic, they all went through Jersey. They hit up a bunch of shops in Jersey. You know, they were doing it
locally, like metro area, not just like, you know, I gotcha.
Right. Yeah,
there's definitely been a few shops in Brooklyn that I've been meaning to check out. One that even opened up, I think, a couple months ago. So yeah, I'd be down for that. Like, that sounds awesome.
Comic Mad Musings in the house. Just followed him not too long ago.
Nice.
Good to see you, man. We are hitting that 5-minute mark here. It's just about 8:30. Just wanted to again, everybody, we got 21 people. Thank you guys for hanging with us.
Thank you guys
for hanging, man.
And thank you guys too again for having me.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Oh man,
speaking of, let us know. Give us a little insight. Let us know what's going on. You got anything popping off? Let the people know where they can find you. Anything?
Yeah. So I mean, you can. I put my IG handle like in my name there. So if you want to give me a follow, it's at NYC_MB_comics. I don't have a YouTube channel or anything like that. I generally, I'm more than happy to be a guest and kind of talk or give my insight, but I don't really have a YouTube channel or anything like that. But my DMs are open, so feel free to message me if you want to talk comics or whatever. Or I think we've seen some people here that maybe are first timers or are new to buying on Instagram. If you have any questions, feel free to give me a shout. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the community. Occasionally, I do post some books for sale, like I think most people do, but I am by no means like a IG seller or anything like that. So
right.
I don't sell books.
But Morbius don't sell at all. Well, we can always, Martin, we can always find you in the live streams, in the IG claim sales. We can always catch you there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I gotta get back on that. It's been so long. I haven't been on an IG claim sale these weekends. It's been like about, I think, a good month, man, to be honest with you guys.
Wow, really?
Jumped on the IG claim sale. Because I just been like, working and saving up for the house and everything, and having tried not to go too crazy with purchases. I think my weekly, new comic book day purchases are like enough right now. It's holding me down. I'm okay. It's satisfying. It's satisfying that hunger.
Right.
But I am getting hungry. I feel like I'm starting to see some holes in my PC that need to get filled in. So I will be jumping back on some claim sales, and I hope to see you brothers there, and I hope to see everyone that's in the chat there. And looks like we're going to be coming close now to wrapping this up. So definitely, I just want to thank everybody. If you're catching the replay, thank you so much. Make sure you sub up, hit that like button, and come check out my page, because next week I'm actually going to be showing my Unicron that I got, my HasLab. This last Saturday I did a live. So if y'all haven't checked it out, go check out the unboxing for that. And this week coming up, I'm transforming it, y'all. It's almost there. And I want to do a big reveal Saturday and show y'all the final product of this Unicron. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm excited about that.
Nice,
Nice.
man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Did you see what Hyper said about you there, Martin?
Yeah, I did. And Hyper is one of the, he's definitely someone that I've spoken to a lot about comics, and he's not the only one. So yeah, and I appreciate that. I saw what Planet Clintar said and a few others. So if I didn't give you a shout out, I am seeing it. I appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, guys. Thank you all so much again. I apologize if I missed your comments. There were a lot of great comments. I know that you can go back on YouTube and kind of watch along and follow the comments. So definitely some great points made that I didn't get to all of them. So I do apologize, but we try our best. We try to get everything. We are, yes, we should put that in the beginning. We should put a little note on the side. I'll put that in the title next time. I'll just put it in the title.
Yeah, right? You gotta throw
Woodford Reserve.
Yeah. It'll be misspelled and everything. It'll go with the theme of the show. So yeah, guys, make sure as Morbius just said, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Make sure you sub to Morbius as his shows this Saturday. Martin has things going on Instagram, so make sure you follow him over there. I'm going to be jumping over in about 25 minutes over to John's Comics with Kids for another episode of X-Men.
Hardest working man on IG right there.
So kind of just keeping it going, man. Keeping it going, So, all right, guys. Have a good one. We're signing off.
Take it easy. Enjoy.
Next week. See you guys.
Oh, yeah.